In Man Bites Dog, the film crew serves as audience surrogates, both satisfying and reflecting the viewer's morbid fascination with murder. However, this implied objectivity is problematized when the journalists assist the killer in his crimes, recasting both them and us as accomplices. For example, during a home invasion, a victim escapes and the director detains him until Ben has time to kill him. During another home invasion, they record Ben raping a woman, and then one by one the crew members also participate in the assault. After Ben abruptly kills one of his own friends, the crew disposes of the body for him. Ben buys the crew meals and drinks and aids in the purchase of film reels and additional staff, all of which is financed by the robbing of murder victims. This highlights the absence of a barrier of objectivity between documentary camera and subject, and by extension, the viewer. William Brown observes a gradual tonal shift throughout Man Bites Dog, particularly during the gang rape scene. Having been perversely entertained by Ben's initial exploits, he attests to finding the assault of the couple shocking and revolting, causing him to experience shame at his earlier enjoyment. According to Brown, these moments of savagery confront the film crew and the viewer with their, quote, own look and inability to stop watching. The unethical and intimate relationship between the killer and the crew in Man Bites Dog exemplifies the role that mass media plays in gratifying and validating the crimes of murderers. The collaboration between viewer and killer in these films is also linked to the incorporation of the camera into the performance of violence. In Man Bites Dog, the film crew uses their recording equipment several times to aid Ben in his crimes, such as lighting darkened rooms during home invasions and using the camera's zoom function to identify where a victim is hiding. By capitalizing on the public fascination with serial killers, Man Bites Dog dramatizes the horror of sympathizing or identifying with the trauma perpetrator. The psychology of murdering is a staple subject of popular culture, from Academy Award-winning films such as The Silence of the Lambs and Monster, hit television series like Dexter, Criminal Minds, The Fall, Mindhunter, and The Jinx, and hit podcast series Serial and Bundyville, to the dozens of Jack the Ripper crime tours held in East London. Famous cult leaders, such as Charles Manson, are referenced in heavy metal and hip-hop music, and the personal possessions and documents of serial killers are sought out by collectors in a lucrative trade known as murderabilia. It is difficult to determine why these properties continue to draw audiences of millions. The sensation of danger may provide a pleasurable thrill to consumers, but the serial killer subculture and slasher film subgenre distinguish themselves from other horror texts due to their focus on the killer's mind, life, and motivations. In Why We Love Serial Killers, Scott Bonn argues that, quote, people are drawn to understanding the dark side, and the dark side is part of the human condition, end quote. Thus, serial killers are alluring and repulsive because of how they are both like and unlike most people, how they reinforce social codes and violate them. Ben in Man Bites Dog embodies this paradox as he is shown to be capable of fitting perfectly into society, attracting romantic partners, befriending strangers and children, speaking with humor and intelligence, while being equally capable of torturing and raping strangers and shooting his friends in the middle of dinner. Unlike the conventional fictional portrayal of serial killers as originating from broken homes and traumatic childhoods, garbed in frightening apparel and exhibiting constant hostility, the killer in this film is often remarkably banal. As Peter Turner points out, horror conventions such as masks, hideous deformities, distinctive weaponry, and sinister music are absent from Man Bites Dog, which allows the viewer's response to be, quote, less guided towards fear and hatred. This portrayal suggests that the line between civility and savagery is far more tenuous than is often assumed, that people who seem ordinary, including friends, are capable of unspeakable atrocities. Thus, what frightens viewers about serial killers is the same as what frightens society about trauma perpetrators, not their monstrosity, but their humanity. The attributes of the main character in Man Bites Dog affirm a 2005 FBI investigation into serial murder that concluded that serial murderers, quote, are not monsters and may not appear strange. Serial murderers often have families and homes, are gainfully employed, and appear to be normal members of the community, end quote. The fact that they possess ordinary human traits suggests that even the perpetrators of the worst crimes possess a subjectivity that is not outside the average person's comprehension or experience. Conversely, the fact that serial killers can so skillfully pass as ordinary or indeed extraordinarily successful members of society reflects the performativity and artifice of all human morality and society. They demonstrate how society can appear civilized while still committing or colluding in atrocities.